I'll be honest with you.
Fair
I
enough.
remember that
Fair.
shit.
All right, so it
Let's see
should
if I
be.
can pull it up real quick.
So it should be. All right, so we should be good. It might be a little bit of a delay on the
Yeah,
IG side, but that's fine.
that's
All
cool.
right, so we're gonna, so we
And I
should
see,
be good.
yeah, I see the little counter there. We're live.
So yeah, we're live, and now we are live on IG. So I don't know, Sean. You wanna give it a start? You wanna start it off right quick?
Let's see what I could do, man. Let's see if we can remember what's going on here.
Mhm,
This is new. It's been a while. What's up, people? What going on?
mhm.
This is Sean Aline, aka Pyro, aka Shiz, aka MD Geist. Talk to me nice. And I miss y'all. It's been a minute. We are here with an intermission. This is the Xion Network, the pop culture networking group, and we started doing these like IG live type things, and this is called the variety show. And it's been a while. We've been on hiatus. We've been busy. A lot of things going on, but uh, we're back with a special intermission, and joining me is none other than
Oh, it's your boy Mikey makes comics, Mikey Chume, aka the Boy Wonder, aka the MVP, aka the Ambassador, aka the Enigma, aka the Static, aka Mr. AKA. Many AKAs, a lot of AKAs, not nicknames, but yeah, I'm happy to be back. Now I mean it was a bit of hiatus. I kept bugging Sean, when are we gonna do Zion again? When are we gonna do another intermission? When are we gonna do another show? But yeah, no, we figured, because obviously due to the theme of the live. Now, I mean, you'll know. Well, you'll know what we talk about soon, but we had to do a little intermission or something to recap, like we always do. So, yeah, it's good. It's good
and
to.
I gotta big you up, Mikey. I gotta say thank you for pressing me on this, fam. Because I've been feeling like super swamped and everything, and even right now I'm supposed to be doing this some work I'm supposed to be doing. I had a whole plan for today, fam. I had it
Mm-hmm.
mapped out,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what they say about God and plans and stuff like that. So thank you for making me do this, because I missed this. It's been too long.
It's been a
Before we get
while.
more into it, real quick though, how you feeling though, bro? How you good?
I'm good. I'm good, man. It's just after the event, it's kind of back to reality, which sucks. But
Right.
it is what it is, man. We had our fun, so now it's back to adulting and all that stuff. And I'm just like, all right, it's whatever.
Who needs
But
it?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm motivated. I am healthy. I'm chill.
Yeah,
So yeah, bro.
it
What
was
about
it was
yourself?
good to hear.
Are you all right? Are you good, Sean? You all right?
Oh man, bro. If in one thing is a freaking another. But I'm blessed. I'm alive. I'm here. Every problem has a solution. You just gotta know where to look, man. So thank you for asking. So yeah, man. Let's get this jumping. First
You
of
want to turn
all,
on the
oh,
music? Are we doing the music or not? Is that
you know
happening?
what? Go for it. You know what? Get the music. I thought we already did the music, but go ahead. Do the
Oh yeah,
music,
wait,
bro.
we were testing it before, but now we're actually live now.
Oh, that was a test.
yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah,
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Let's
all
do
right,
it
bro. All right, we'll put
while I
the little
sip on this.
iconic, Zion track right quick. Just give me 1 second.
That's
We're
good.
getting the kinks out the way because we're doing a new thing
Right.
right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, I
That's
just gotta
Zion
hear more.
intermission, courtesy of J-Man artist, aka Mike Colson. Oh, 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 oh.
This shit will forever be hard. This was Mike did a good job, dude.
Mike killed it on this, bro. I can't even lie. Mike killed it on this, man. Shout out to Mike Colson, J-Man artist. You know what I mean? Renaissance man, rapper, producer, artist, grandfather. He's all kinds of things, man.
Wow, okay.
He's the grandfather.
Crazy.
Shout out. Let's cut it, Mo. Let's cut it, Mike.
All right.
Let's do it.
Done.
Bam. What's up, people? Official welcome. The Zion Network. I don't know how this works on this. Share the link. That's what we used to say.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
Let people know. Come on in. Subscribe. That's a new thing now. I guess we gotta say.
Yeah. Subscribe as well. That is also a thing that you should be doing.
Subscribe.
Because
welcome
people
to
that don't know, we're doing something different. We're not technically using IG right now. We're
Right.
using retired, so we're actually
Right.
going live on the YouTube channel as well as the IG. We're doing multi-stream, so we've upgraded a little bit. All right. So
Yeah. So, welcome to the Xion Network Variety Show, a special intermission episode. We're going to be talking all things Blerdcon this year. This time, me and Mikey, we were just there last week. So, we're going to be sharing our thoughts. You know, we're going to get some feedback, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff. We're going to get in there. Mikey, we ain't holding back, all right?
are you sure?
We're not holding back.
Word.
You
Okay,
know how
no,
we do it. With
facts.
that said, you know, we got to give a disclaimer. You know, the following show may contain trace amounts of some cussing, silliness, rudeness, shenanigans, sexual innuendos, strong opinions. The views expressed in this show by myself, Mikey, any guests, or any commentators do not represent the Zion Network as a whole. Please don't send us any angry letters. We just want to give y'all a little escape from this crazy world and have some fun. So don't take it too serious. With that said, let's get into it. Blerdcon. Break it down for them, Mikey. This is your third year doing it, right?
It is my third year. It is my third year. It is. That is what happened. Also,
Walk
shout
us
out to
through this.
shout out to Kevin real quick because Kevin is in here because I'm on the IG right now so I can see it. But yeah,
Oh,
shout out to
I gotta get my
Kevin.
second phone.
Yeah, oh, 2 phones?
I do. I don't know where the other one is, but yeah.
But yeah, bro. Yeah, shout out to Kev, man. I hope he's busy. I actually asked him to come through, but he's actually working right now, so he can't join us.
Oh, word. All right, cool. So my question to you, going into this Blerdcon, right? Mm-hmm. How it started? Were you? What was your level? What was your anticipation for this?
Dude, it's been my favorite convention. Like, it's been my favorite convention to look forward to go to every year. You know, because I remember I used to go to, like, you know, New York Comic Con, you know, pre-COVID, but then, you know, obviously I haven't been back since. I've done smaller cons, you know, here and there as like a regular guest, but like Blerdcon was my first intro as like a professional, as like, you know, as a creator, you know what I mean, as an artist.
Yeah.
So, like, every time I come through, ever since like last year and even the year prior to that, like, is what I look forward to every year. This is like my Roman Empire. Know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's a meme. That's just a meme that everyone say that, but people get that reference, you know what I'm talking about. But that's what I look forward to, is just doing Blerdcon. So I was very excited, especially because last year was a huge, you know, success for me last year, because I was the Fae theme last year, and I made a bunch of Fae work, and those took off like crazy. Like, I don't know if you remember, Shaw, but I sold out of like 2 pieces of 2 prints, sets of prints.
Yeah, he was killing it. He's making all the money.
Yeah,
all the moolah.
So I had a good turnout, connected with a lot of people from last year, and also from creators as well as, you know, supporters and friends. So I was very looking forward to seeing our colleagues back again, as well as seeing, you know, some of the people that supported me last year that came through again this year, as well as meeting new people. So I mean, it's always a vibe, because Blerdcon is like, you know, it's a vibe, man, because like it's all Black POC convention. Everybody that goes there looks like us, acts like us, talks like us. Like, so it's like, you know, it's like a family reunion every single year. So that was my vibe going into 2024. So
okay.
What about you, Sean? What about you?
It was a mixed bag for me, because last year was a great. I've always done pretty well at Blerdcon. And like you said, Mikey, is like a homecoming. It's like a family reunion. You know what I mean? It's like a big old cookout. And besides back, this is one of those ones that feels like it has that vibe of its some FUBU type stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And besides the monetary aspect of it, you know what I mean, just that energy has always been there for me. And so the anticipation was up. However, it was a little downside to it. There were some things I had planned. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a theme, and this year was summertime, I think. I had missed out on doing some fair pieces last year, so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to kill them with the summertime." And I remember we was brainstorming some stuff, and aside from that, there was a couple projects I wanted to have done. Like, there was a couple like books, ash cans, and stuff that I was like, "Oh, I'm going to have it," and I was working diligently, and it just didn't happen. So it was a little good and bad. You know what I mean? And the anticipation was.
And since we're not holding back, since I have permission to not hold back, The theme sucked this year.
Oh, oh,
I
that's
mean,
what we doing.
I've been complain. You know me. I've complained about it the moment they announced it last year. The moment I was like, "What is this?" Like. I
Right.
get it. I get the vibe. I know what they're doing. You know, trying to have some shorties doing some really sexy cosplays and bikinis and shit. I get that, but
Yeah.
like as art, because like learning from what I did last year, like making artwork for the theme, which is again is a great strategy. You know, how can I make artwork for Summer Madness? Now, I mean, like it's not really a practical thing to work with. Granted, we did have ideas, right? We had some ideas that if we pulled it off, it could have maybe worked, maybe not. But like I
And
felt like it
and
was, yeah.
and if I was able to, this is where I would hit a button. Like if we were more prepared and be like, boom, like that would be like a bomb drop for and the bad. So every time there's like a good thing that comes up, we'll hit a button, and everything there's a bad. And that brings
Mhm.
us to one of the bad. This has been said by another pretty interesting writer online. I won't call any names, but
Mhm.
he did make a post saying, hey Blerdcon, hey conventions, what's up with not promoting the artists and the writers? You know what I mean? What's up with that? When did every convention turn into like a fucking cosplay central? You know what I mean? Like just every convention now is a cosplay convention. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I love some good cosplay. I took a
Of
bunch of
course,
pictures of some cosplay. I like to see it. I like to embrace it, right?
of
All that.
course.
But can we get a little balance? Can you also remember the people who made conventions what they are? Can we not just talk about the special guests that y'all flying in? Can we talk
Mhm.
about the indie people? Can we talk about the creators? Can you make something so that us creators who are really thinking about this convention, who want to create art and stuff for the convention, like it could be for us too? Because I feel with the theme, it's for everybody else. It's for the audience, and it's not all encompassing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Next year,
Yeah.
horror theme.
I
We can
can't
work
wait.
with that.
I
We can work
I
with that.
I I've literally asked for a horror thing. The moment ever since last year,
You
I
were
was like,
ecstatic.
yo, I thought the theme that they were gonna announce for this year was gonna be like maybe horror. So I shouted. I remember I brainstormed. I was like horror, black
Mm,
exploitation, like
mm,
other like right like. So I'm listen. Next year I'm going off like because I have so many ideas. Because see now like I have ideas now. I have
right,
ideas for next year now because the
right.
theme is actually practical. But yeah, no, I will shout out to the person that made that post. We're not gonna say his name, but
Right.
he knows who he is, and we talk. I talked to them about it immediately, like right after they made that post,
Yeah.
because I was like, what I want to get more thoughts. But yeah, it did seem that and even though they were talking about just conventions as a whole, but even though with this one it's in the same, it falls under the same umbrella where it's like the artists and the creators I felt we were kind of like kind of shoved aside a little bit. You know what I mean? Like we weren't
Mm,
maybe taken as seriously as we would have hoped, in terms of promotion. And honestly, that when we're gonna get into like the nitty gritty, if we are gonna get into the nitty gritty of like our
let's do
experience
it.
at this Blerdcon, I kind of it kind of cemented that feeling for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
and just to just to go back real quick and let everybody know, like we're not sponsored by BlurCon. We not, and this isn't to rag on BlurCon. You know what I
no,
mean? We just
not at
talking
all.
about our experience, the good and bad. We gonna give it to you real, because that's
Yeah.
that's what we do. That's who we are. This is not about any disrespect to the conventions as a whole. I love
No.
comic book conventions. You know what I mean? But if we are talking about this real, if we want to make this a part of our business, our lives, we got to talk about the we got to talk about it all. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
I don't have, I don't get paid by any of these conventions. You know what I mean? I give them money. You know what I mean? Some conventions look out for me. Shout out to Back. Shout out to Anime Con. You know what I mean? And if I'm missing any, but there's for these big conventions, I'm not there yet. Where they're like, yo, Sean, we giving you a hotel and a flight and all this type of jazz. You know what I mean? Like I gotta
Mhm.
hustle like everybody else. So I'm going to speak on it, and hopefully this is done with love. Hopefully, it's a case
Exactly.
where people see this, we not just help other people that want to do these conventions, but maybe the word spreads and we can make these conventions get better. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. We just want these things to be better. You know what I mean? So let's roll back real quick.
And just to be clear, like, we love Blerdcon. We just want it to improve because
That's
this
all I'm
convention
saying.
matters and it's important in my
That's
eyes.
all we're saying.
Everybody who attends his eyes. You know what I mean? Like,
So let's break it down real quick. All right, let's go. Mikey is out in the outskirts of PA. You know what I mean? He's out there with the Amish and stuff like that.
Nah, that is in Lancaster. That is literally in that's no.
Just sheep and some weird things happen out there.
Just a bunch of New Yorkers and people from Jersey.
Came into Philly, went to pick him up real quick. That's just the kind of man I am. Just a kind, giving man, right? Grabbed him, come back to the spot, you know what I mean? And we got to leave early the next day to head out for that 2.5-hour drive to Blerdcon, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't able to get a room in a hotel that I wanted. At last minute, I got us a room at another hotel, Quality Inn. More on that later.
Yeah.
We head out. I felt good, Mikey. I was feeling good. We were doing good on time.
I was getting.
We left out early. Yeah, we were getting there. Mikey, he wants to stay up all night. He think he's still like 18 or something.
Okay, all right. To be fair, all right. Yeah. To be fair, I needed to make some last minute alterations to some of my prints, so I was cutting them all down because they had a white bar that Xion was like, "Oh, Mike, you could still like sell it as is," but like with the OCD kicking in, I was like, "This is bothering the crap out of me." So I'm already locked. The mission is already set. I gotta finish it. So I
you're crazy.
A good amount. I am nuts. I'm not lying about that.
I come downstairs early the next morning. Lights still on, TV on. He knocked out big old cartoon snot bubble and the shit. I was like, okay, what's happening here? Mikey, let's get going, right?
They were done.
I go back. I go back upstairs to get ready. He goes up, lays down. I got Mikey. Let's go. I'm doing it. I said this is gonna be bad, but I was surprised that you stayed up the whole drive, though. Thank you for keeping me company because
I didn't want to, but like again, when I start talking, I can't stop. So,
well, I appreciate it because I don't like long drives, and yes, 2.5 hours is long for me. That's long for me. I know some people are like, oh, that's nothing, but anyway, we get down there. We hit on the way there. We get a call from one of our people on the ground, one of our fellow super talented artists. Once again, we won't call any names, but we got the heads up that there's some fuckery going on. There's some shenanigans. There's a little bit of foolishness, right? Things don't seem to be as organized as they could be.
Was that a text they sent us the day? I thought it was they sent us the day before, like when you picked me up. Know what I mean?
What?
They sent they sent me a text the day before, okay. like I think the day before, when you picked me up, and then we called them when we were on our way.
Yeah. We got a text. We got a message the day before when I picked you up. Little heads up, and then the day of on the way there, we got confirmation. Yeah, there's some foolishness going on. Seems like tables aren't where they should be, and people's names aren't where they should be. It seems like we already felt like we was walking into some stuff. Okay, we get there immediately. I start messing with this chick that was bothering she was interacting with one of the valets at the hotel. Come to find out, she was cool as hell. I was just talking shit. I was just messing with her because the guys was like, "Yo, you got 20 minutes. You gotta go." I said, "Cool." And the next thing, this other guy comes and said, "You gotta move your car." I was like, "But the guy said 20 minutes." And then I was like, "All right, fine, no problem. Mikey's there." She wasn't having it. She was like, "You said 20 minutes. That's what I got." So I was just like, "Yo, don't be out here causing trouble." But kind of shout out to her. Why can't I remember her name though? I feel we should shout her out. Retina. Shout out to Retina. Retina.
I'm forgetting. Her company's name escapes me though.
Yeah, Mikey, research guy. Mikey's good. You know, Mikey's good on that.
Uh,
So shout
yeah.
out to her
Oh,
because
fine.
she ended up being like cool as shit. So we load up. I go park. I do like the parking situation. There's a parking garage like right next to the hotel, like connected to the hotel. It's usually super cheap. So bam, one in the column for the good. It's pretty reasonable for the whole day if you get in there by a certain time. And we got them there in good time. So
Mm-hmm.
usually there's always a cart too that you could take your stuff. I'm really surprised for that many people at a hotel and many, it's usually always good. So we were
Yeah.
able to load in. But when we got down there, our connect was right. Our connect was right. Let's call him Deep Throat. So
Come on. Yeah, man. Okay.
so Deep Throat was on point. He let us know like, yeah, there's some foolishness, and yeah, there was. Come to find out that the people who were running Artist Alley before were no longer there. It was a new
Mm,
crowd. It was a new set of people that was running it, and there was some transitional issues. You know what I mean? Going from the people who were there before, there were some problems. Mikey, how did you feel about that going in? Did it dim your light at in the beginning? Were you feeling a type of way?
I I was because for the people that were there before, they've helped us out and stuff in the past. Like one of them who is the ringleader of it all, they helped me get into this year in Artist Alley. Like while I applied, so I was their last saving grace, I would assume. You
We
know what
gonna
I mean?
call it. Shout out to Lacey.
Yeah, Lacey. Yeah,
We gonna
100%.
pick up Lacey, but
Lacey
more on
is
Lacey
the goat.
later.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
something about we're gonna talk about Lacey a little bit later. All right. So, but you still felt good though, Mikey.
I felt I was a little worried, but 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 uh but I felt all right. I felt all
Felt
right.
all right.
Yeah.
Long story beer, but we finally were able to figure out where we were set up. But on like last year, me and Mikey weren't next to each other. This was a standard. Me and Mikey, we
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be next to each other. I was on one side, he was on the other side, and
And
the spot, Mikey, I wasn't feeling your spot at first. I wasn't feeling your spot.
no,
It was in
no.
a section of the artist alley where is a little notorious for having a bad signal. I mean, the
Yeah.
air is one in the bad for bad signal, one in the good for the AC is nice back there. Y'all,
It
y'all
is
are
very
comfortable.
nice.
I will
Also,
say that.
I put Retina's IG in the chat. If everyone wants to follow us,
Word.
believe it or not, but with like not like a not like N like KNOT one.
Very
She's dope.
clever.
She's dope.
I like it.
Um,
So but we were like, well, we got to see what's going on. Can we move? Because it was chaos. Every there was no badges. People was writing
dude,
people's names down and shit with the pen and
we
paper.
when we got there, yo, like we were just like, okay, because the person who gave us heads up said, okay, Sean, I know where your table is. Mikey, I don't see you at all. And it's like,
Right.
oh, and we get there, everyone's kind of walking around with like chickens without any heads. We're just like, what? We were just wandering around confused. Everyone was trying to ask each other for help because they didn't know what was going on. And apparently, and we didn't check this because like we never needed to check. We never needed to check this before, right? They sent us a map designate like with names, numeral designations, and spots of where everyone is posted at. Know what I mean? No one was looking at that map
Mm.
because they realized the room is so big that and there were no markings on the ground indicating
There
okay
were no
this
markings because I
yeah
will say shout out to them for the map. Yes, you're right, Mikey. We do got to say the good and bad and ugly. So shout out for having the map, but there were no numbers. There was no keys to the
there
map.
was no markings. There were no granted like most of a good amount of tables were set up, but like a lot of them weren't, and they didn't have any names on the tables. So it was just
What are we doing?
it's like they were literally doing everything last minute, like right before we got there. Like,
Yeah, I don't
and
know what was going on behind the scenes. It was not. I was not feeling that.
and
Then through the grapevine, heard that some of the artists were who set up the tables on Thursday. Like if it wasn't for them, and I heard some names of who helped out, but I don't want to put it out there because it could be I didn't verify it with them. But shout out to the artists and the creators who were like, yo, fuck that. We want to make sure that this thing is done. We're going to set this up. So shout out to y'all
Mhm.
for everybody coming
Okay,
together and helping.
there's a caveat to that though. Like I
Okay.
get it, but okay, we're gonna figure this out, and people were gonna set up even where they wanted to set up, and I get that. However, them setting up at spots that they were like, okay, I like this spot here, also messed
Oh,
up everybody else's spot that they were
ooh,
trying to. Like, for
ooh.
instance, your boy spot got jacked because someone took it because they thought it was
Oh
a
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
it was issues. It was issues. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Bam. The bad. You know what I mean? We
So
just had one
so
for the good. You gotta talk about the bad.
so I talked to the person in charge, and are we saying names here, Sean? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Sure.
Okay. Shout out to Lee. I talked to Lee and was like, I don't know
Shout out to me.
where the hell on this map. Like I don't like I have a bad. I'm ADHD. I have bad sense of direction anyway. I can't understand this map. He pointed me out. And he said, "Oh crap, your spot got jacked." And you know me, I don't like confrontation, because if I was in a pissed off mood, I'd be like, "Yo, get the boot, get the step in, go my spot." You know what I mean? But I was like, you know what? It's been a long ass day. I'm already sleep deprived. I'm like, Lee, just give me a spot that's good. So that's when he put me to pretty much you go in the second room. I was right in the corner. I was like in the first corner, because that's where they just had extra tables that weren't assigned to anybody. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? This is not bad. People walk in, like I'm on the right. I'm on the right side. You can kind of see. You can see me a little bit. That's fine. I was like, I'll take it, and I set up.
Mhm.
So. And it happened to a lot. And it wasn't just me. It happened to a lot of people. Like the guys that were next to me. Shout out to Adam and BJ, the guys who do the book Super Dangerous.
Mm.
They were next to me. Their spot also got jacked as well, and they were having the opposite reaction of what I had. They were genuinely like pissed off and yelling at Lee, be like, "Yo, what the hell?" So I get shout out to y'all artists and stuff for trying to get some organization, but also fuck some of y'all because you saw some of our spots. Like
Damn, Mikey. Bah, 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 bah.
so
Ooh, a little bitter there, a little spicy.
I
But
mean,
okay.
I just gotta put it out there. I gotta put it out there. But yeah,
Okay.
continue, Sean.
So
Continue with the story. I mean,
now we finally set up though, right? Say we're gonna make the best of a messed up situation. We're gonna keep it moving. So we set up. Fridays are typically not the craziest days. It's a warm up. It's a build up to the weekend. So Friday for me, still, even with that, wasn't great. I felt like I had to really work for it on
and
Friday. I felt
I
it was
was
making me work.
surprised because you were in like the main area with all of our other cohorts. Know what I mean? And you were in a good
Right.
spot. So I was very surprised that you didn't at least make at least a decent amount. But granted, like Fridays are, I guess, typically, because I haven't been to Blerdcons before 2022, so like it's typically they're slow.
Well,
But
conventions in
yeah,
general, the Fridays are the build up. Some people at work and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's a Friday, so it's a build up. But still, for Blurcon, I felt like it was like I was working a little bit more than I normally would have had to have worked. You know what I mean? A little more song and dance. But made it work. Did what I did. It was it is always good to use that day to connect with some of your other your
yeah,
peers. You know what I mean? Give it a chance to get a feel for the rest of the convention. Mikey ended up talking to Lee, who the brother who, as far as we know, was running Artist Alley,
yeah,
and who's a cool dude. You know what I mean? We ended up talking. Mikey was like, "Hey, I want to be next to Xion. We gotta make this move, man." And at first, I was kind of like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna be what's gonna happen tomorrow." But then, Mikey, you said something that I gotta give you credit for. You
right.
said, "Yo, man, we gotta hold down Xion together." And I was like, "Damn, Mikey, you're right, man." And it made me like say, "Yes, you know what I mean? Let's make this move." Come to find out, though,
Again,
yo,
again, don't really remember saying that, but again, that's just my terrible memory. So, but it sounds like me.
yeah, yeah, man. You said that, and I was like, "Yo, like, oh shit, like that's what's up." So we made a move. I was trying to get the people on my right to move to that spot so Mikey
Okay,
could go
first of
there.
all, they came late. All right, they
Yeah,
came late, and Lee. So the deal was Lee said, okay, wait till 5 o'clock. If that spot next to Xion is still empty, it is yours. And I was like, okay, word. So I was praying to God that like, yo, universe, like God, Allah, Jah, someone, all right, make sure they get a flat tire on the way over here
damn, Mikey.
so that I can just get a little, I can get a little bit, all right. But then they ended up showing up, and I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. But I think I mean, I told you, Sean, listen, you got to put on the Bayesian persuasion, all right? Like, you got to make sure to get them to be able to switch
I don't
with
know.
me.
The Bayesian persuasion for some people is like you just be rude as hell and get them to to move. But the Bayesian people sometimes it can be a little extra. But what killed me was that the guy on the left who has some dope art, by the way,
Oh yeah,
he ended up
shout out
moving
to
with us. If we had waited, he would have moved, and Mikey could have just came there. And then
yeah,
because the guys that do super dangerous, it was a whole bunch. It was a whole bunch of moving chairs. Like
yeah,
I ended up moving. Mikey ended up moving. The guy that they were back there, they wanted to get where I was. The guy that was next to me, he ended up moving across from us and stuff like
yeah.
that.
And to be
But
fair, like we didn't think about Phil and everybody else. So we were thinking about the guys on the right because
yeah,
honestly, we were kind of talking smack because like you were right next to them the whole time, and you said that they were not in it. Like they were not their head was not in the game at all.
I mean, and I like him. Don't get me wrong. I know them. I like him, but I was still like, yo, man, like, come on, like, you got to, but to each their own. However you want to run your booth is how you want to run your booth. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? But I'm like, that's why I hardly sit down at conventions because I'm like, I feel like I gotta be there. You know what I mean? I gotta meet the people, greet and all that. I'm not going to be sitting there on my phone. So this is a cautionary, I think, a tip to other creators, like, yo, you're there to sell, right? You're there to make money, right? Unless you got your booth paid for and everything, and you good, and your product just moving by itself, or you got assistance. But if you're there, why are you on your phone? Why are you your head down? Why are you looking like sad or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like fake the funk till you do it, and then when you leave, you could complain as much as you want. But I'm gonna be there. But that's just me. That's a little promo tip. You know what I mean? That's just a pro tip that I think y'all should pay attention to. So
Mm-hmm.
we moved. That was Friday.
And
Um,
and just to get a picture, so we moved. We're kind of in not a corner, like we were kind of like on a wall, right? Like
yeah, you're on the wall.
if you walk into Artist Alley, you made a right. You go down this incline. There's a little like ramp. We were right on that right side of the wall. So
Yeah,
and they wanted to block that shit off. You remember that they wanted to block it off, and we're
I
just like,
remember.
what? Because
Why would you block this off?
like you would have traffic going from both sides. So if people wanted to go left, they can go left. If they want to go right, they can go right. Then you have people going in and out at the same time. Like it was nonsense. And we're just like, oh, let us run this Artist Alley, man. Like, come on. Like
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do it. I feel like we could do a pretty good job.
And I told Lacey that too when she was walking through, and she was like, "Yeah, it was a super smart idea." And I was like, "Thank you."
It's so simple. It's simple things, people. You want to create a
Mhm.
flow. You know what I mean? And I was a little surprised because Lee, shout out to Lee, but I was like, Lee said he run conventions. I was like, yo, Lee, what's up? What we
Yeah,
doing, fam?
yeah,
So
and to not to discredit him, but he apparently, allegedly, and this is back behind the scenes tea. Apparently, he kind of just showed up, and they were just like, "Okay, you're in charge," and then he was like, "What do you mean?" So like,
what? Yeah. I mean,
so
listen, we need better training, people.
and
We need better training.
he was bombarded with complaints. So and he tried. He generally tried to work with everybody as best they could to make it a smoother convention. So I will
Right.
commend him for that. I respect him for that.
Gotta
So
commend it. He was patient and everything. I didn't see anything from the outside of him being like nasty with people and stuff. So shout out.
no.
But we gonna talk about it, people. We gonna talk about the good and
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Now, which brings me to the moment of Friday. Back to Lacey. Lacey, as we mentioned, is a young lady who used to run Artist Alley Blerdcon.
Yeah.
Lacey's white.
She
We're
hails
gonna put
from
it
the
out there.
mountains of
She's the
Caucasus.
Caucasoid persuasion. She has a little bit of the mayo. And
Yeah.
I felt I felt like Samuel L. Jackson's character in the end of Django, and I was like, no,
Sean,
why?
and Sean has been making this allegory literally the entire time.
I felt I, I, I felt a little dirty, but I was like, yo, is this Tom Cruise in the Last Samurai thing going on? Do we need the white savior? Do we
Oh
need
man,
the white savior, people? Because Lee is a brother, and we found out later on. Apparently, don't know, right?
we don't.
Allegedly, that some changes were made because people were complaining about, hey, why is this white lady in charge of this artist alley that's supposed to be for us? Don't know. Don't know if that's true or not. Now, here's the thing. We're going to talk about it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
cool with a convention that's supposed to be for blurs being run by blurs. Or they don't have to be blurs, but they got it, if they're Nubian, great. I love that energy. But here's the thing. You got to train our people better. You got to
Yeah,
make it a smoother transition.
one thousand
Because
percent.
then what it looks like is like white man knows what he's doing and the brothers don't. And you don't want that. You don't want those octaves. Because I definitely was like, yo, Lacey, what's up, man? You need to come back. You need to come back. Please save us.
That was everybody. Everyone was like, "Yo, Lacey, you gotta come back.
Yo,
We cannot
she
deal
said
with
she
this
heard that.
mess a second time in a row. Like, no, I mean, it's just not. That's not
She said
happening
she was
at
hearing it
all."
the whole day. You know what I mean? But yo, I gotta credit where credit's due. Lacey's always been good to me. She always hooked us up, man. From the time you started coming, Mikey, you know what I mean? She made
Yo,
sure that you got in.
Lacey,
So
I've said this since day one. Yeah, Lacey is low key a saint because she does not need to extend an extra mile. Like she doesn't have to, but she wants to because she cares. And my thing is right. Like I know Sean, you're a little. You're a little apprehensive by it. I completely understand the perspective where people are just like, okay, yeah, it's a white woman running a more black focused POC focused convention. I get that, and we should train our people better, of course, However, right, Lacey, even though she's an ally, proud ally, and she cares, obviously cares for the
yeah,
creators that she is, helping out, right?
yeah.
She's really good at her job, and she has the experience to back it up. No, I mean,
Lacey's invited to the cookout.
yeah,
I said
100%.
it. I said, Lacey, don't bring any fucking potato salad, but you invited.
Yeah,
Okay?
like she because again she also helps run Otakon, which is a really big convention in the Baltimore
And I'm trying
DC
to be in
area.
there.
It is
So
huge. So she has the experience to back it up. And when we were especially when I started going to Blerdcon with you, and I got my dip my toe into the artist alley game, it has been nothing but smooth, organized, concise. You know what I mean? Like she runs a tight ship, and it
yeah,
shows. Because when
that's
she
the
was
thing.
gone, it was a complete mess, and we all felt that, and we all complained about it to her when she came through. So
Just saying. Just saying. You know what I mean? But do I want Blurcon to be run by us and then to grow? And yeah, I would love that ideally, but maybe they just need a little help for now. I don't know. But that was Friday.
mm-hmm.
Went out, grabbed some grub. We drove 17 minutes to the hotel where I booked it, the Quality Inn. Mikey, the Energizer Bunny, he wanted to come back to Blurcon. For those of you who don't know, Blurcon is a 24-hour con. Like it's house in the hotel, and this shit will go on forever. It will. They got all night panels, parties, gaming. People are in the rooms. They're coming up and down. There's a big ass food truck court out there. Incredible.
Dude,
Um,
it's nonstop. It's a
insane,
nonstop party from
insane.
beginning to end.
It's bam
And that
because
counts for Thursday. And that counts for Thursday too. So it's technically
Thursday,
4 days.
4 days of bliss. Now I'm old, right? I was tired. Mikey talking about we coming back from party, right, Sean? I said sure. I was lying. I knew it when I said it, Mikey. I was dead. I was done, right? You out here making promises to Kev, you know what I mean? Our boy Kev.
Yeah.
I got back to that. When we got to the hotel, I was like, Mikey, I'm not going anywhere. I felt it in my bones. And I said, yo, I'll pay for Uber for you to go. You know what happened? Mikey going to turn around and talk about he's tired. I said, well,
Bruh,
call Kev. Let Kev know because I
bruh,
didn't make Kev any promises. He gonna call. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this little son of a biscuit. He gonna call Kev and be like, Sean said he was tired. I said, what?
bruh.
Yo, come on.
Listen.
Don't do that.
I had very little sleep. I thought I had the energy to do it. And sometimes I get that second win. Know what I mean? I'm too hyped, too amped. Know what I mean? The moment I sat on that bed, I was like, yeah, nah, I gotta hit the hay. Like I my body was like, Mikey, shut up.
Let me tell you something. I sat in that bed, fam. It felt like ghetto. I was in the sunken place. I said, whoop,
Whoop.
I'm done. I'm done. I fell into that hole. Um, so I go take a shower, get ready, get ready for bed, and Mikey get ready for bed. That was the end of day one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to day two. Let's start it off like this. We're
Also,
gonna talk about it.
real quick. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris, my girl Crystal, who I met at Blerdcon my second year, and we've been cool ever since. She's dope. She came to the table. She bought yours. She bought your erotic piece. She bought your
little freaky dicky.
She was the fairy. It was her sister, and her friend. Like she brought the
Oh,
Shibari fairy, and
shout
she brought
out.
some of my stuff too. Yeah, she's
They
great.
good peoples. They good peoples. Yeah, they are good peoples. I like them. Let's start off with day two.
Yeah.
Wake up bright and early, refreshed. I'm getting myself together. Mikey's over there. Oh, Sailor Moon.
I
Oh,
know.
Jasmine. Oh, all kind of
No,
stuff. I was
it's
like,
not
I'm not
that.
going.
Nah, it was nah. That's not.
I
I
didn't know
don't
what
remember.
was happening. That's okay, Mikey.
Jasmine makes sense. I believe that. Nah, but
No.
usually it's like Halle Berry.
Mm.
Halle Berry. Yeah. Continue. Sorry.
I get up and I notice some kind of little bug on the bed. So I go to squash it. I'm thinking, my mind isn't thinking anything sinister. I'm thinking, oh, maybe a little fly or some kind of Washington insect. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know what's, I
They
don't know
have
what's in that
their
region.
own breed of insect down in DC, yo.
Yo, I thought it was some kind of DMV insect, fam. I didn't know. And I know it's like a little blood. And my mind started to race. And it started to say, what if? What if, Sean? And I thought I felt the watcher looking over my shoulder. Something said, why don't you check the seams of the bed? So I did. And I noticed some little black insects. So quickly shut back the sheet and said, maybe it's my mind. It's early. I didn't wash my face yet. The curtains are drawn. It's dark in there. Maybe I didn't see what I saw.
Hold on, bro. Shout out to my boy Trey. My boy Trey is in here. He said his Pokédex didn't adjust to the DC Johto region.
Hilarious.
That's funny.
So I say, let me go take a shower. I'm in there with the hottest water I could find because I'm trying to scrub not just the dirt, but the fears, right? I took a shower that night, but I like to take a shower in the mornings. I don't understand how people can take a shower at night and just wake up and put on clothes. We ain't going to get into that. Taking a shower, trying to scrub away the fears. And I said, I'm going to come back out and I'm going to check again. Pull back the sheets. And what I saw earlier was gone. Now I'm panicking because that means I know I saw something. And if it was just dirt or crumbs, they would still be there. But these things were gone. So that means they're on the move. So I checked the rest of the seams and I see them moved up a little bit. And I said, Sean, don't panic. Still one more test to go. I grab a pencil and I poked it. And when that thing started to scurry, I was like, nope. Mikey, get the fuck up. Mikey, wake up. We gotta go. We got bed bugs. Mikey's snoring. Oh, he's putting himself together. I was like, Mikey, let's go. He's like, oh, that rest was just what I needed. Oh, I'm trying to contain myself now because I'm just filled with the heebie-jeebies. I'm like,
I would say he's exaggerating, but it was close to that. It was close to that.
oh, it's on. It's buried in my mind. Like, oh, those things were buried in the bed because I was like, what is happening here? I said, okay, now I'm packing frantically. I'm thinking, yo, I'm feeling disgusted. Like these things, my clothes and my bag were next to the bed. So I'm packing. I'm trying to think like what's going on. Mikey starts getting up, talking about, hey, Sean, what shirt should I wear? I like I like this one. He lays his shirts on the bed. I like this one, but I also like that one. So I'm saying, okay, let me try to be respectful. Let me not go off. Um, the first one, Mikey, and I'm saying because I'm just like, let's keep it moving.
And it was a good
Then
pick.
Mikey
He
says,
did it even in panic. He did a good pick. It was a good job.
and I'm like, you know what I mean? Fashion, the eye for fashion is still there. You know what I mean? Bed bugs are not. But I'm like, let's go. And then Mikey starts breaking down the shirt. See, with the first one, I like this design because that's when I snapped. I said, Mikey, I don't give a fuck what fucking shirt you wear. We gotta get the fuck out. What is happening? He was like, oh, my bad. Oh, okay. And he starts hustling. I was like, what?
Again, bro.
No.
I gotta get tested ASAP. Like it's just like mine went here. Mikey, let's go. Mine went there. Mikey, let's go. Mine went there. Mikey, what? What? Let's go. Oh, okay. All right, let's go.
What is happening?
I can't help it. I am who I am. Also, yo, Trey is literally just like, yo, you're gonna wake up and they're gonna ask you for rent, my dude.
Yo. So I was like, yo, Mikey, I'll be downstairs in the office. Get my shit, head down there instantly, yo. Right? Now, I'm trying to be cool because I wanted to come in like Ghost Rider, but I was like, yo, let me chill. You know what I mean? Let me still try to do this thing. I try not to be one of those people that's gonna instantly go off, right? Things happen. Oh, by the way, I did check Mikey's bed. I didn't see nothing on Mikey's bed. I didn't check the top of the bed, but I checked the sides. I didn't see
Yeah.
nothing. So, Mikey, I guess you were good, right? I go downstairs in the reception's office. There's a lady standing there being helped. There's a lady sitting, right? So she's like, and why did you charge me this amount? And I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be one of these type of days. All right, it's gonna be one of these mornings. So I'm trying to be cool. Then the lady says, oh, you can go ahead and help. Who's next? I'm like, all right. I go up. The lady's like, oh, sorry, she's next. And she points to the lady who was sitting down. I was like, I thought they were together. Damn. So I'm trying to still keep it together. I step back and now she's taking forever. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So she's done with her. I said, finally. And she goes back to the first woman. And she's still on this. Well, why did y'all charge me this amount if and I'm seething. And I don't know if she can feel my presence because she says, you know what, you can go ahead and help him because he seems like he's in a rush. I say yes. And I go up and she's like, you're welcome. I said, what? You're welcome for me allowing you to go ahead of me. And she was right. Technically, she was right. That's not how I normally am. Normally, I would have been on some, yo, thank you so much, miss. You sure? You good? Can I?
Yeah.
But I felt invaded by bed bugs. I wasn't in the best frame of mind. I said, miss, listen, sorry, I'm not usually like this, but and I showed her my phone because I had written it on my phone so I wouldn't have to say it out loud. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to be respectful, but I didn't have to be. But I had wrote my bed has bed bugs. And I showed her and she was like, mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck? Was she used to this shit? I was like, okay. So I showed the receptionist. She said, your phone is black. I was like, oh, okay. So maybe I was thinking maybe it had went dark. Maybe the lady didn't see. Maybe that's why. So open it up, show her. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Would you like to check out early or would you like a refund? Both. The fuck are you talking about? Now. Mikey had came in at that point. She took care of it. And I said, once again, I caught myself. I was like, listen, miss, I'm sorry. I'm not usually like this. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not feeling the most comfortable right now. She was like, no problem. I understand. Got that. We were out. Mikey, what was going through your mind?
I've never seen you in a panic like that before in my life.
Let's clarify. Let's clarify, because you said that before. Let's clarify, people. There's panic and there's moving expeditiously. There's recognizing, like I'm like a Navy SEAL, right? I recognize there's a threat and I got to move at a certain pace to annihilate the threat, to solve the problem. And that may not look like how Sean Normie looks, right? It may look a little sped up, a little panicky, but it's not panic. Panic is like when you running around, you don't know what the fuck is going on, you don't know what to do. What's happening? I knew exactly what I needed to do. I just needed to do it fast. Mikey want to be on some chill time. He want to relax. I was like, no, come on.
But to be fair though, I've never been in a bed bug situation before. This was my first time, so like I didn't know how to react to it at
It
all.
was my
So
first time too, fam. I just
oh, okay,
know. I just know. Yeah, I mean that's not. I'm not a bed bugs expert. I just know from everything I've heard that shit is crazy. They're hard to get rid of. And then I'm thinking about we got the rest of the convention to do. Are our clothes infested? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to be taking this back to the convention? Are we going to be taking this home? Like, you know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
thinking about all these things. So nah, man. So yeah, the Quality Inn. I forget the exact address. Bed bugs. I don't know
yeah.
if they fix it. No, and I'm
Any
checking every
any
hotel for no one.
yeah, any quality in DC, don't go to it.
No, take out the quality. It's not. It's not.
Yeah, it's just
It's
in.
it's
It's
just an
just
in. But there's a hotel kit. So next tip, people, check your beds. Take a hotel kit with you or something. I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as having the black light and stuff because I don't think I really want to see
you don't. You don't.
I don't want to see all those poor abandoned kids on that bed, but I will be doing a more thorough check from now on.
I just hit. That's hilarious. Wow. Okay.
So we are now at the second day of Blerdcon. I got a room there because I knew somebody had to have left or somebody had to check out. So I got a room. Pricey. Let's be
Yeah,
clear here.
it
It was like
was.
three something, right, for the room, but they give you a $50 refund, and I knew I was going to be splitting it with Mikey, and I figured, yo, the cost is equivalent to the cost of the 2 days at the Quality Inn, so fuck it, you know what I mean? I got my money back, so why not?
Yeah, exactly. So it worked out,
So we finally got a room in that hotel. I was so happy.
dude.
I was a little nervous about like, do we still have bed bugs? But I was like, we got to make this happen. Mikey, I didn't like the fact that you were telling people that we had bed bugs. I
I gotta. I
would have been
had
like, because I would have felt like, yo, awkward. Like, I don't want to buy stuff from this guy. Like, does he have bed bugs? Like, Mikey just
again.
telling everybody.
Again. I gotta learn when to shut up. I'm 25 years old and I still haven't learned this.
Damn. Oh, we left. Why are we not at that hotel? Guess what? Bed bugs. We got bed bugs. I was like, no,
But also,
man.
again, don't know much about bed bugs. Didn't know that they were like, they could just crawl around and shit and like infest other shit. I didn't know that. So
I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
my
But
bad.
no
But
problem. So second day of Blerdcon. Saturdays are typically more busy, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It was, but it still didn't feel like a normal Blerdcon Saturday.
yeah.
They made me work for it again.
And
The
just
new
for
spot was a little tough too because I had some people say, "Yo, Sean, we were looking for you where you are." Like people can miss you quickly. Everything counts in
yeah,
a convention. So
and that's the thing. And that's the thing. And I didn't mention how it was for me, like in terms of sales wise for Friday. I made like a couple sales, like maybe like five sales maybe Friday. I made more. I had more sales on Saturday, but at the same time, it did feel like one because we moved, and there were also people looking for me too. Some people did end up finding me, which
right.
again, like I did the smart thing and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna record a video on my story real quick, so people that were following me that are gonna look for me,
Smart.
I post it, and then they'll know where to find me." So
Another pro tip. Another pro tip. Good job, Mikey.
yeah,
Make
so
a
there's
video
that.
to record how to get to your table and stuff.
Yeah, so there's that, and then, but then when the second day, it was more crowded. Like it was crowded as hell where we were at. Like, unfortunately, like when you went So when you came through the entrance, made that right, you saw us. There was a spot where like you had to people tried to make that circle. It was a little tight, so people were kind of like discouraged to go forward, either go forward into our direction or to go towards like further into the con because it was a little tight. We tried to make some room a little bit, but there was that. But at the same time, I did feel like what Sean said. We felt like we had to work for it still. There were people that were drawn to it, drawn to the artwork and all that stuff. Clearly, but it felt. My theory was people were mostly scouting to buy stuff last minute on Sunday.
Gotcha. Okay.
That was my hypothesis.
Yeah. I don't think anything really exceptional stood out. Aside from that, on Saturday, it was just a regular day of trying to make sales and just trying to do the best we could. I met some people that I knew about their work online, but it was good to finally see them in person. Oh my God, what was the name of the guy with the army? What was the tall thin guy like?
Oh, Terminus Vale.
Yeah.
Friggin' Jack. Yeah, bro. Yeah, because we talked right after Blerdcon was over. Yeah, yo, shout out to him because I've been seeing his campaign on like social media and on YouTube. Like I think Blur Without Fear talked about his stuff ever since like last year. So like I've been following slowly, his success of his book. And I'm happy that it's getting traction. It's going well. So it was so good. In person. I was like, oh shit, like you're the guy. You're the dude.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sorry that I forgot to get his book. There was a few people that I wanted to get more stuff from. But there was some dope art.
We were dealing with a lot. So like
it was a lot.
Yeah.
But and we had the regulars. We have TJ Sterling, Terry Huddleston.
Obviously Marcus Williams and Greg Burnham.
Right. Kev why forgetting Kevin's last name though? Kevin Hunt. Jocelyn. One forgetting Jocelyn's last name too.
Yeah, Greg Anderson, Ellie.
Greg.
Yeah. It was a lot. A lot of people, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's a lot of regulars. Shout out to
Stephen Jones, who again you always forget his name, and I always feel
Don't do that.
I got him because this man has held it down for us. So like you should know his name.
Yes, I forget a couple names. Shout out to Lonzo, Concrete Comics. They were in the building.
But there were also people that were there their first time who I've known on Xion only, like did like via the IG, but first time in person, like Jason, who and his last name escapes me, but Jason.
Oh, Jason Alexander.
Not Alexander's his last name.
With the locks,
locks, glasses. He has the books. He has actual like novels and the actual. His last name's Alexander.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. But it was great seeing him because I've only talked with him on Xion. So there was that. What is that lovely lady? I forget her name. Her last name's Murphy. Her name starts with a C.
Oh, CC. I think it's CC Murphy.
Yeah. On her IG is like CC Murphy. But yeah, seeing her for the first time, that was great.
She's real good people.
And then there was
I think that's my convention crush. She doesn't. I don't know if she knows it.
But yeah, no, it was great seeing. It was great seeing people I know. But I mean, obviously seeing everybody that we've known for a while, doing Blerdcon, right? But then seeing, seeing new faces that I've only seen on Xion only. So that was great. Jason's so cool. Like I seeing Jason was wonderful.
Jason's cool as hell.
But yeah, bro, it was a good time.
And then there was people that I didn't know before. Shout out to Lee Chandler. He has a book called The Millennials.
That was his book, right? Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, I love the artwork. The artwork is by Mauricio Campatella, and I got all three books just based off the artwork. I gotta say, I read the first issue. Not as much, not as good as I would have liked it. Lee, we gotta talk. Lee, I think you got something here But I don't know if it's going to get better with 2 and 3. I got to read those, but there's these are a little fine
Well,
tuning. But the art,
oh, oh,
great art. This cover is dope. I think this cover is sick. The
oh,
millennials, but y'all check it out and tell me what y'all
also
think.
want to mention real quick because now my memories are popping up again. We forgot to mention our other boy. So it's me, you, Kevin, and then Micah Blacklight, bro. Micah,
Oh, of
yo,
course. Yeah, Michael Black,
I
like, you know what I mean?
finally copped his print that I wanted since last year, bro. I finally, you can't see it because my background's blurred, but it's dope art. It's dope art in front of me. There's dope art in front of your face. I'm not gonna unblur it because my room is a mess, but it is. but I finally
Yeah, I
got
got
his
his
book.
art book. His art book is out. Make sure you follow Micah Blacklight. Cop his stuff,
Like a
man.
black
Incredible
light.
artist. Dope soul. And one of the members of Zion, he actually has a segment called Deep Dive. And as soon as we get things back up, we are going to have Micah back on the show, man. So yeah, and me and Micah,
So
we got
yeah,
something planned too. We working on something that's going to be hot.
damn. All right, Sean. Here's issue. So now this is the crutch with working with StreamYard. So the stream ended because they only granted us an hour on IG. So
Oh,
only on YouTube right now. Damn.
okay. Oh, well, we still on YouTube. All
If
right,
you
so
wanted
let's
to
keep it
shoot
going.
me. Oh, so what I can do is I'm gonna keep talking because I can remove the destination and then re-add it again. So it's all good.
Okay, all right.
Yes, we'll
So
just do.
that I feel like that was basically day two. We got something to eat at the amazing food truck. I think they added more food trucks this year. They blocked off the street. There's a vegan food truck there that I go to. Pretty tasty. I had a breakfast sandwich that morning from them, and that was delish. Made with just eggs. It was on a bagel with some sausage, and it had a hash brown on the side, but I put the hash brown in the sandwich.
I love that.
Delicious. Little iced coffee. I've been hooked on iced coffee recently for some reason. Like, I've been enjoying me some iced coffee. I don't know what's been going on.
I got you.
Make sure y'all have some snacks at conventions, people. Some
Snacks are
water,
important.
some snacks.
Snacks are important. I made sure
They'll
to
help
bring
you up.
some snacks. Know what I mean?
They'll
So
help you up. Another pro tip. Bam. So yeah, one of these days I'm going to do like a convention list again. I did it before, but I've updated my convention list a little bit, tweaked some. So I think that's going to be an episode of the show where we just do a convention list and convention tips and stuff like that. But yeah, we ended up getting some grub.
we're back on IG. We're back on
Okay,
IG.
sweet. Yeah, we ended up getting some grub, hanging out the nighttime. What was one of the biggest takeaways for you for Saturday, Mikey?
Uh,
Anything?
for me, it was, I mean, great. Well, besides like Artist Alley, I mean, obviously reconnecting with everybody was great. Also there were people that I made more sales
Right.
on Saturday, so that was great, and getting more
Yeah.
support on my work was great. For me on Saturday, well, granted, realizing that we're at the hotel now, so that
Oh yeah.
we could pretty much go all out, and and go right back upstairs. So that was great. But
Which for me meant sleep.
yeah,
Once
yeah.
again, sleep.
For myself, I mean, it was dope seeing. I mean, it was dope, kind of just like going outside the food truck. It was me, you, Ratina, Micah. We're just gonna get some food and all that stuff. It was really cool, just chilling. Shout out to, I forget his name, bro, but he wanted us to do an interview with him. And
Oh,
it
Milton.
didn't work out.
Was it Milton?
Milton, I think, yeah. But because he was doing that thing with Blurred Station and the internet cut off, so like we didn't chance to do anything. But
Yeah,
we were
that
just
happened.
fun because we were just chilling with him for a little bit. We were
Yeah.
just talking and all that, and we saw that Havoc cosplay, which I posted on my IG, which I was like,
One of the dopest guys. Yo, and I was just thinking as you were saying it, Mikey, like, shout out to the cosplayers again. Just being outside at the food truck and seeing all those beautiful, beautiful cosplayers go by.
oh man, it was dope. It was dope as fuck.
Chef's kiss.
It was
Oh,
dope as fuck, bro.
oh, the cosplayers. Listen, I know I said it before, right? About conventions turning into cosplay conventions. I think there should be a balance. But
Mhm.
shout out to the lovely, lovely cosplayers out here. Oh Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wait a second. I gotta shout
they
out.
were
Who's
killing it.
I need my second phone. Who's the cosplayer that was Wolverine? Her page is incredible.
I
Like she
think
got
her name is also. I'm gonna say Kai, but like, granted, we know
okay.
like 12 Kais.
Yeah.
um,
Um Kai, she puts her money where her mouth is. She supports the artist. She's an
she does.
incredible. She
She
seems
does.
like a beautiful person, incredible spirit, and she supports. And she's a dope ass cosplayer.
Yo,
Um,
I remember when I was trying to ask for her IG, and then I saw, and you gave it to me, and then I remembered. Oh wait, she did the She-Hulk that I like saved for reference once, and I was like, oh crap, like,
I was trying to ask for
hey,
a hand in marriage. That's
yeah,
oh my god,
yeah, man. No,
oh my
she's dope.
god.
She, yo, when she came through with that Moon Girl, I almost lost it because I'm a huge Moon Girl fan, and I was like,
I
yo,
don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
but
Um,
yeah, it
but
was dope.
she
Mad
was
cosplay.
incredible. But yeah, so I mean, so that was Saturday. I don't feel like we're missing too much on it.
I
Mikey,
mean,
you stayed up all night playing games downstairs, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, well, no, okay. So for me, with Saturday, it was kind of a mix. So I was playing. Shout out to my boy Derek, who is who I met my first Blerdcon. He's always been supporting me every time I go back there. Also shout out to Moses as well. Shout out to my Nigerian brother Moses.
Oh, shout out to Moses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
you was talking crazy smack about Nigerians the whole way there.
Listen, I mentioned this before. It's not all of them are egotistical and narcissistic. Not all of them. He is the exception. Okay. even though shout out to Jamina. Shout out to Jamima. Janina? Is that Jamina? How you say your name? Jamina or Jamina or
Who?
the Jamina was Greg's friend who has the book. She was there showing off her book as
Oh,
well.
yeah, but I thought she was Haitian. Isn't
Yeah,
she?
no, he was. You missed it. So on I think on Saturday, I believe. I think it was either Friday or Saturday. I don't know if we made the switch or not yet, but so she came to my table real quick to see what my stuff is, and we were talking, and then Moses came through, and then maybe it was at your table. I don't even remember, but like she came through, and then he talked about, and she mentioned because it was her and Greg came through. She mentioned she was Haitian, and they were just like like I kind of have some bad memories with Haitian women in the past, and she was like, "What's wrong with Haitians?" And then they
Damn.
had a straight up Nigeria versus Haitian argument in front of the table, and I was like, I didn't ask for this, but I'm kind of here for it. You know what I mean?
Hilarious.
So yeah,
Hilarious.
shout out to Moses, bro. But yeah, I met up with Derek. Derek was in the Men in Black cosplay, which has been in numerous photos that Blerdcon's been posting. Like they got a lot of people. They got noticed because it was him, his brother, his dad, and their friends as a Men in Black cosplay. It was sick as hell. And then so I was hanging out with him. I chilled with him. We went down to the rave a little bit. And you know me, I don't really like raves. Like I don't know what it is. I don't like pounding amounts of noise and also crowds of people. So like
Every party ever.
I mean, listen, but also it's also good. Like it's people I don't really know, so I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I went back, I went a little bit, played some Naruto, whooped some ass, got my ass whooped, and then okay, it's been a minute, but so then I met up with Chris. Shout out to Chris again, who I mentioned before. Javon said Kai Ash Black. So it is Kai. Okay, that's the cosplayer's name.
Shout out to her. Woo!
A lot of
You
Kais.
can't, these guys out here killing it, yo.
Honestly,
Y'all can't be coming out here looking like this. Listen. Shout out to you. How can we forget, Mikey? Shout out to your girl, Sarah.
Is Sarah? Oh, Rebecca.
Rebecca. Shout out to Rebecca with
Rebecca
the vegan, gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. Rebecca.
People who don't know, Rebecca is one of my really good friends and from college back at Penn State. We were on the Students of Shield together. She does my pod, and she's also my co-host on the In Your Corner podcast that we do as well. She lives in the DMV area, so every time I'm at Blerdcon, she always comes to see me and support, and also support Sean as well. But she came through and got some chocolate chip vegan cookies for for me and Xion to snack on, which helped because we were really taking lunch breaks. So
She was incredible. Then she was like, hey Xion, do you want something from the food truck or something? I was like, what? Nah,
yeah, no,
like
she was offering me
she
stuff.
cool as hell.
So yeah, but she always holds it down. I mean, she's family at this point, so it really it means a lot. So shout out to her as well. But yeah, I was down at the rave, played some video games, and met up with Chris and then her friends, and then we were chilling and going. I was in and out of the rave multiple times, and then crazy. And then funny enough, while I was playing Naruto, I ran into freaking shout out to what's Jamal's talking shit. He's saying Xion and calling wrong names out.
Wake up all this.
Listen,
wake up all this.
It happens. But shout out to I ran into Walter E. Jones, who for people who don't know plays he's the Black Power Ranger in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So I ran into him. And,
living his best life.
Dude, he's killing it. I think it's like it's funny because it kind of I don't know if he was talking shade or not, but like we were talking, I was like, yo, like I'm an artist at Artist Alley. He's like, yo, you got some Black Ranger art, and I'm just like, I do not. And he was just like, and he put my hand on my shoulder, like, Mikey, you gotta get some Black Ranger art next time. Know what I mean? Like,
I never thought of it because I'm not a big Power Rangers fan, but I might have to.
But
I did it once. I did a personal sketch like at a pop-up event for one of the people at Atomic City. So I might gotta do that.
It is funny because because now I realize the new strat, if the theme doesn't work out with making art, I have to make artwork based off of the guests that come through. So that's why I was like, because one of my biggest regrets for not with this convention, I didn't get a chance to like at least like see Phil Lamar because he's my favorite voice actor of all time, and like I'm a huge Static fan, I'm a huge Samurai Jack fan. So that's why I was like, you know what, I at least have some Static stuff so people can like buy stuff, buy print, and also get it signed by him. That's why I was like, you know what, I'll have this Static stuff. Now I'm gonna like also acclimate to the guests as well as the theme of the convention. So
listen, I want to put this up here. That's a real good tip too, Mikey. That's a good pro tip. I want to put this out here, right? So we talking about Blerdcon being run by us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, I'm wondering, have any of those people ever considered that Samurai Jack is voiced by a Nubian man?
No, people always kind of forget it. Know what I mean?
Are we playing that slide? Because
people
I'll be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
If I was Asian, I would be hella pissed.
I also think I would understand.
And that's not taking anything away from Phil. What's his name?
Phil Lamar.
Phil Lamar. That's not taking anything away from his voice acting skills.
No,
I just felt like, why is he the voice of this clearly non-Nubian man?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Which
I don't want to be that person.
Which is fair, not, but like but anyway, but Walter E. Jones, he was cool. Also, rewind the tape. I met while we were having lunch or dinner at the hotel in their nice restaurant, which was dope. Shout out to our server. He was a dope ass server. He was holding it down. I also met a Tandwa Connie.
Oh wait, I was on my phone.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, but shout out to Tandwa Connie, who I also met. Who people don't know, he plays young T'Chaka in Black Panther, he's a South African actor, and I had to explain to him how, hey, like, you work with my relative, and I showed him who my relative was. He was like, oh, word? I was like, yeah.
Yo, Mike, you gotta share that real quick because I don't think people know how connected you are. You guys share that. Okay,
so for people that don't know, so obviously people who've watched Black Panther. So when I watched Black Panther for the first time, that was like what 2018, I believe, 2017, 2018. Black Panther came out, and I was going through the credits, like obviously, usually I ignore them, but I was going through the end credits, saw an actress's name, and name of Connie Chume, and I was like, Chume, that's my last name. We're related. Because that's how it works. Like, because my name my last name is a Malawian last name. If you have my last name, we're related. That's just how it works. Like, we may have a different tribal designation because I know like each in my dad's side of the family we have different tribal designations to know which Chume you are. But if you have my last name, we are related. So I was like, you know what? Let me Google. Let me do my research. I asked my parents about her. They didn't know who she was. So I did my research. Come to find out, her cousin is a political figure in Malawi. Ran that back to my dad and was like, Dad is so and so. Like, do we know him? Yeah, dude, that is my uncle. That is literally your grandpa. Like, you have been to his house. He has come here. Like, so I did digging. So basically, if that is her cousin, that means she's my grandfather's cousin. So my dad's cousin. So
Look at that.
Speaking, if we're gonna go by American like family treeology, we are third cousins. But if we're going African terms, she's my grandmother. She's my dad's aunt. We don't do the third cousin. We don't do the second cousin, third cousin thing. So yeah, so I then reached out to her on a whim. She answered back. Then I explained who I was. We became connected that way. And then when I found out that Atondo was gonna be here, I wanted to introduce myself. Hey, listen, I am Connie Chume's grandson. Technically, we're related. And then we talked, and he was really dope. It was really dope. But yeah, he planned on getting a photo. He wanted to come to our artist alley and get a photo, but we didn't get a chance to do that. Also, didn't get his IG. I think my phone was at the table at the table or whatever, and he was in a rush. So I was like, you know what, at least whatever. But he was really dope, and I wanted to say just shout out to him because he was very nice, very humble. So it was really cool experience. But I hit him up recently. I'm hoping to maybe see if he notices. But yeah,
Mikey's doing big things out here. Yeah. So yeah, that was Saturday. Went up into the hotel room, checked the sheets, checked the seams.
It's funny because when you check the seams, fam, I literally was like, Sean, do you know where we are? Rich white people stay here. Like,
I'm not taking any damn chances, Mikey. Rich white people can be dirty too. What? Things can happen. You crazy?
And also, Chris is calling me out. She's like, "Yo," he's like, Mike. He's like, "You did good, Mikey. I know you don't like Rays, but you were in there for like 2 hours." And I was like, "Yeah, I was."
See, look at that shit. Look at that. I knew it. The secret's coming out. Thanks, Chris. So, which brings us then to Sunday, last day of Blerdcon. It was a regular day. Got up because Mikey. Now that we're in the hotel, I don't got to worry about driving or nothing. I was able to go downstairs early, try to do some art. I was going to have some breakfast at the hotel. Then I was like, nah, these prices they're not looking right. And I didn't make enough money where I felt like I could just be like, whatever. No, I need to be a little conservative. So I went across the street, got some grub, and came back in, got ready, headed downstairs. Mikey came down.
By the way, shout out to Rose across the street because she's very nice.
Yeah. Ethiopian worker there. Cool people. Came downstairs and just did what Sunday does, you know what I mean? One thing I hate the ugly of Blerdcon is that the artist alley closes mad early on a Sunday, like 3 o'clock.
And we forgot to mention something. The artist alley the first day also had a weird start. It started at 2 to 7.
Yo, it was weird, and then they had like different times. They was telling people like 1 o'clock, and then it was like 2 o'clock.
We were here 1 o'clock, and then but on the front of like the like the poster or whatever, like the bulletin board, it said 2 o'clock. So, but people were saying, oh, like it's 1 o'clock for VIP. And I'm like, why didn't they just like what? Like, what does that mean? Like, know what I mean? But it was again.
Yeah, it was some stuff need to be tightened up, man. So we did that. Basically, no. Shout out to Kawaii Cosplay.
Oh Lord.
Not the first Kawaii.
Yeah, not the first guy, but the second guy.
I got me a magnificent massage at my table. She says she's going to try to have a massage booth next year. I'm trying to book her. each day.
Yo,
Magical hands,
literally,
worth it.
and the thing with Kai, what I thought was, I see what she's doing. So she wanted to trade. Either she can give you a massage, you give her an art or something or whatever, right? Whatever thing you could spare. And I was like, you know what? And here's the thing, I was like, with Kai, listen, I trust you because I don't like my personal box being invaded, but I
What?
trust you.
That's not
So I
weird.
was like, but and plus I was like, I was worried because like I'm always bouncing around when it comes to like making sure I'm attentive to people to get sales. Not me. And plus it was the last day, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. I need this because I work at a hardware store. I'm lifting shit all the time, so I'm just like, let me get this massage right quick, bro. I felt so much lighter.
Same.
And she was
It's
doing like
magical.
the arm rotations and shit, and it was like, and she was like, "Mike, you're like really stiff." I'm like, "Yeah, like I literally lift shit and stuff all day." So I'm like, "I need this," and she was like, "Yeah, I could tell." I was like, "Oh, but if it listen, I told her right, she needs to get in contact with people who run Blerdcon. She has to have her own like parlor or something within the convention for people. Know what I mean?"
That's what she said she gonna do. I mean, I'm ready to book it. Because I was making all kind of noises. I'm very expressive. So one lady stopped and she was like, it made her double back. She was like, "Yo, I gotta film this." Um, and she posted it on Facebook. She was like, "Yo, somebody tag these two people." Like, so it was making his rounds. I don't care. I don't care. Lay your hands on me, Kai. Anoint me. Thank you. It was glorious. And
It was. I literally was like, I shoot, and I think I was like, me, I always, even even in not like, even in situations like this, I try my best to make people laugh because when I am uncomfortable, I just make jokes. That's what I do. So I literally was trying to make it. I was like, Kai, I'm like, this feels so nice. You're really, really, really like, I'm trying so hard not to just go down on one knee and just propose because like it's just you're doing the Lord's work. You know what I
that's
mean?
it. That's
Uh,
it. Glorious.
but
He
yeah,
has
man,
blessed her.
it was.
So
It
that
was
was the
about
highlight of
her.
Sunday for me. Thank you, Kai. Kawaii Kai. So wait, is Kawaii Kai a thing? Is that a name of something then? Is
Kawhi,
that a
Kawhi, no, Kawhi Kai, that's her.
no? I'm saying because the other one is Kawaii too, or something like that. So is that
No,
a thing?
the other one is just Kai, like
Kai Lee. Okay, I
Kai
was
Lee
wondering if
Black,
that's
whatever. Like
I
what I'm
wonder if
talking about.
that's a thing for like anime or something.
Mm,
But then yeah, yo, we packed up. You know, we did our customary diner
yeah, but to be
gathering.
fair, how do you feel in terms of sales? Because I made most of my I made a lot of sales Sunday just because everyone who remembered me from the previous days found me and were like my theory. I thought my theory was right. People were scouting on Saturday and were buying stuff on Sunday last minute. No, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't do
felt
as
like
good as I would normally do. You know what I mean? Like I'm always going to make my table back and make the hotel back and all that. I always make enough, but I'm not there to make enough. I'm there to make a fucking killing. Like, you know what I mean? And even my killing isn't close to some other people's killing. I think the year before last, I think I made like 3 G's or something like that.
mhm.
Yeah, I feel like. I definitely didn't make anywhere near that this year, but and that's nothing for some people like Terry Huddleston. But
Mhm.
I need to do. I got some ideas on stepping it up for next year though. I feel like I think we suffered from a lack of a display. I feel like I need some more new stuff there at the table. I just felt like the a lot of people complained about this year as far as sales too.
Dude,
I think it was
I
an overall thing.
felt so bad for the newcomers. No, I mean,
Right. Some people were saying they weren't sure if they were going to come back.
yeah, it was so with me. My sales, even though had a burst of sales on Sunday, I didn't make the target goal I wanted. Because last year I made like 1,300. Like I made a good amount for those 3 days with not a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And to my detriment, I didn't have a lot more stuff this year. I had like maybe five. new pieces of artwork. New 5 new pieces of artwork, 10 prints each. So I had a little bit more than last year, but because again I've been dealing with a lot. So, but I really was hoping at least my minimum goal is to make. I'm hoping at least make a G, to make a grand, and I didn't even make that.
Right.
However, I did make a good amount to take care of my stuff with you and to pay the loans for the month and all that stuff. So it ended up being fine, but I was a little disappointed. But granted,
Yeah.
I felt like it was a combination of the mess that we had to deal with in the beginning, the
Yeah.
moving as well to come to that, and also just the vibe of, because granted it could also I don't know about you, but also I felt like the economy was a factor because obviously the economy is not really doing that great, so people may not really want to spend as much as they want, you know. Um, but yeah, it was there's a lot of factors involved, but I felt like the mess in the beginning and also the way people were positioned in terms of traffic, because there were people that for shout out to to Stefan and to people like Ren, shout out to Ren as well, who like Ren was in kind of like in a corner, and I don't know if he had a lot of traffic coming his way. Stefan was right next to Marcus, but when you walked in, you just saw Marcus. So like, I don't know if he was and traffic was going that way. So I don't know if he got I don't know how he did. There was one dude who I met last year who Xion doesn't really know, but Enrique, shout out to Enrique. He's a local comic book shop owner in DC. If I had the name of the shop, I would shout it out. But yeah, he was there last year. He held it down for me because I got a blank cover from him that I bought from him last year that he made a commission on, that he and I ended up doing a commission for him. He remembered me, and I asked him, "Yo, like," because they screwed him over. They put him in the back. Like they put him
Mm.
like in the second room, which makes no sense because the vendors, they should be, all the vendors, all comic should be in the front so people could buy comics and get
Right.
that sign and all that stuff, right? He was put in the back, and I asked him on the Saturday, like, "Yo, how did you do compared to Friday? Like, how's your Friday going?" He's like, "Listen, Mike, I'm not gonna be honest with you, bro. I lost like 85% of my sales were down from last year. Like, I am
Dang.
pissed. I am not happy at all." And he said, me and Hilton's a friend of mine. Like, he's the reason he hooked me up to do this convention every year. And me and him, I told him, I found him after the show ended on Friday, the first day Friday. I was like, "Yo, listen, like, we gotta have a talk because I don't know if I don't know, like, who the fuck's running your convention? Is it you or is it like what's going on?" Because he was pissed, and
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to have a serious talk after. And I felt so
Yeah.
bad. There are other artists and stuff like that who were first timers. Like shout out to J Toon, who again was a reunion for me because I haven't seen J Toon since the first time I met you back in Wizard
Yeah.
World, and he said he did all right. Um, and what was your boy from the other dude from Rosario Publishing, Bill Campbell?
Yeah.
He
Bill Campbell.
he apparently he didn't make anything. Like he was
Yeah,
in,
I don't know. Bill wasn't feeling where he was placed too. I mean, and let's be real.
and they
Bill
put him.
is
They should have put him in his table where
Rosarium.
he didn't exist.
Yeah, Rosarium is a big name as far as like the indie circuit, and like I mean, they do international stuff. And I feel like somebody like Bill definitely should have a bigger stage
Yeah,
and be more in the limelight.
and he straight up told me like I made like the first on Saturday, like I made pretty much close to nothing. No one. He said all the traffic. I've made no traffic. Only people that came to the table are friends of mine who I told him where I was at, and he's like, but he sounded pretty confident he wasn't coming back, and he said, "I'm the biggest publisher here," and I was like, "Damn!" Like it's just
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I mean, after that, we did our customary diner link
mhm.
up, with some friends. We had some grub. I can't lie. I heard there's an Ethiopian restaurant down the street. I might want to
Yeah,
try there next year, Mikey.
uh,
That diner. That I know you like your breakfast, but that diner, yo,
I
don't that don't
know.
do nothing for me, yo.
Thing
They
that I've
don't do
had
nothing.
Ethiopian food, and I don't mind it, but there's one Ethiopian thing that I'm not a fan of. So like it's just there's that. But so, Kev said that he did well Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
So there's that. And okay, here's the thing, right? So the rewind the table what I said earlier, where it felt like due to the promotion, we kind of felt I felt like the artists were kind of like we're an afterthought. I also
Mhm.
feel like after this whole experience with Blerdcon, the mess that was involved, all the complaints that were involved, that's what it kind of cemented to me with all the mess going on in Artist Alley that like I felt like we were kind of an afterthought because all the other guests, like the cosplay guests, the celebrity guests, and also shout out to like Cleo Thomas and them, who I'm big fans of. They were there as well. They didn't have any issues. But when it comes to the creators, like
Right?
I felt
It
like
felt like they made those changes the day of.
the day of, and it was
Like what?
like, and I was just like that felt kind of disrespectful. And I was talking to Chris about it, recently, and I was like, I kind of felt like it kind of felt like even though promotion wise, we weren't on the spotlight, and it kind of cemented that feeling when we had to deal with this mess at Artist Alley, when this could have been dealt with earlier, or even hell, let Lacey just pull through to do one more time, and
I
then
don't know what was. Yeah, I don't know the behind the scenes. I don't
it
know what
was.
happened, but
Like this shit gotta change, bro. And then it's like I'm not gonna name the person who said this because we were also talking, and I'll tell you off camera, obviously. But we were talking, recently because I've been reaching out to everybody slowly. That we met for Blerdcon. They said straight up, it's like if Blerdcon has another mess up one more time, either they think they may get close to like they may get close to being either shut down or having a lot of the artists pulling out, because
mm,
I don't think we could deal with another situation like this twice. I don't think it's
mm,
gonna happen, and it's a shame because
mm.
I love this convention. I want this convention to run for years and succeed, but if they don't get their act together now and get taking all the complaints and improve now for next year, it is gonna be there's gonna be a culling, my G. Like I feel like it's gonna be
Ooh,
a mass exodus. Nah, I mean,
wow.
like
Well, well, there you have it, right? I mean, so after that, it was just homeward bound. Got back safe and sound. It was good to be back. Mikey stayed in Philly for a little bit longer. He has some people to connect with,
yep.
and then he gave me COVID. Then he gave me COVID. Yeah, yeah. Said he wasn't feeling good. I thought it was a case of the convention cooties. I was like, yeah, long hours, not a lot of sleep. You're shaking hands, touching money, all that type of stuff. And he was like, I don't know, Sean, I'm not feeling good. Tuesday, I still dropped him off at the bus and everything. Wednesday, oh, hey, Sean, I got COVID. You son of a biscuit. I
And
swear to
and here's the thing. I thought it was like just my asthma flaring up and stuff because I get congested sometimes. It is what it is. That's the fact of life. But then I felt sick on Tuesday, and I was like, crap. Like when I got home, when I got not when I left you, when I got home, I was like, oh, I feel terrible. And then I tested, and I was like, yeah, COVID. And then John tested, and it was COVID. Well, I mean, who got it first? Who knows? Because we were around the same amount of people, and
I think
yes,
we
we
know
were.
who got it first, Mikey.
Okay,
I think
well,
we know who got it first.
whatever. But apparently, and even Kev just confirmed it now. He just said it in the chat. And I also shout out to crap, I'm forgetting his name, bro. I was just talking with him, but I was talking with somebody who we met, who was with Ratina, the guy with the dreads, the green shirt,
Mhm.
Dominic, right, Dominic. He also
Oh, Dom,
confirmed.
yeah, yeah.
Dom, he also confirmed that there was a bunch of people that got COVID as well. It wasn't just us. So it was a
Mm,
spike. It was a
okay,
spike.
wow.
So
So Blerdcon, the ugly, you got COVID. Damn, Blerdcon.
and
So,
shout out to Chris. She just said because she mentioned that because she's in the Discord for Blerdcon, and she mentioned that
yeah.
like a lot of the artists, and she was being my voice because I was venting a lot like a few days ago. So like
Uh,
she was saying she talked about like the artists need to be promoted out more, and she'd say like if this happens again, y'all will probably bow out. And she even said that they sent it out in an email, and that's how I knew it was going to be an issue with so yeah, so it's being
okay.
addressed. It's being addressed.
Let's
And so
hope.
yeah, I don't want to cut you off. So
Let's
continue what you were saying. My
No, no,
bad.
that was it. That was it. Let's hope, man.
So
That so I feel like there it is. Like it was the
yeah,
good, the bad, the ugly. Another year of BlurCon. At the
yeah,
end of the day, it is still one of my favorite shows. I think because it has so much potential. I know what it can
Even
be. You know what I
even
mean?
with all the hiccups, even with all the issues and the hiccups, the vibes of Blerdcon are still great. Like, I'm never gonna deny that. Like it's
Yeah,
still great to see everyone, just get the even seeing old supporters and getting new supporters. Like it's and again it's I don't have a convention. I don't have a convention like this nearby where I live.
yeah,
Right, so it's I'm always fortunate to be in like a black space where
yeah.
I can show off my shit and feel and it's dope. And I don't know
Yeah.
about you, Sean. Should we address the fact that it's starting up in March next year that they moved it?
They moved it to March apparently, and I don't know how to feel about that because I felt like this was a July is a pretty good month. I don't know the behind the scenes. I don't know,
Hmm.
but I guess we
Uh,
gotta wait and see.
from from
Hopefully, it's
from
not clashing with nothing else.
from your from our friends, the sisters. I'm again, her name's escaping me because I'm bad with names, but they
Yeah.
they said apparently that it's because of the heat. Like
Oh.
it's cooler in March. So
Yeah.
and listen, Blurcon, listen, when you put a bunch, I'm not gonna lie, when you put a bunch of niggas in one hotel room, it gets hot as shit in there. So
Yo, yo, you racist as hell, bro.
I'm not. But
It's
it's listen, we don't we repel heat, fam. We so it's science, all right. But it
because you
it,
know
it
who was making a killing at that convention? Anybody selling fans, yo. And I was
yo
like, I already had a plan that I was like, oh, next year I'm selling fans, and I'm gonna put my art on the fans and call it fan art. Bam, it sells itself. But no, with March,
um
I don't
and
know.
and apparently I was told it was the heat. Apparently Chris is saying it's because the DreamCon is directly after, so that's a competitor. I remember Brian, shout out to Brian, who is the manager of Art by Quinton. Shout out to them because they always do well. They also also had an issue as well with their booth because they were put in a smaller space. They're like, no, you see how much stuff we have? No, they were put in a bigger space. They were put in the bit. They had a bigger wall to work with, so which is great. But Brian mentioned that it was because of older people were just waiting for Otakon. That's why the sales were a little down. So
Oh,
I don't know what the deal is, but yeah,
mm,
I don't know. It could. I'll take Chris has a business degree, so I'm gonna take her word for it that it's
okay.
it's maybe DreamCon. But Sean,
Right.
what do you think? Do you think because it's in March that because obviously summer, it's July, it's more open. People have more open schedules because summer vacation, all that stuff. Do you think that March is going to be like a decrease in attendees because maybe people's schedules won't line up, or maybe not because again, Blurcon has its loyal fans, loyal
The
attendees.
Blerdcon has its loyal fans. It's on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Unless you're a teacher, like summer doesn't really affect you as far as vacations. You know what I mean? If you want to take off for a convention, you're going to take off for a convention. So,
I know it's people like people teachers, people or some people who are students. They're in school. They might have stuff in the way during the weekend. I don't know, but uh,
yeah, I mean, I guess it's one of those things we're going to have to wait and see. The theme is better. I am part of the
oh, I can't
anthology
wait.
Shook. So, I'm going to make sure I got more of the anthologies. I got a horror story that I'm working on, some horror images I want to be working on. I don't know, fam.
I,
We just gotta wait and
I
see.
already told you I already have stuff in the works. I have like zines I'm gonna be working on.
Yeah,
Horror based prints I'm working on.
right.
Like I'm excited. Like that's my goal. Like I'm trying to at least have not like I don't know if I will be able to get to your level unless I don't sleep for the next like 7 months. But like it's just
Man.
I'm trying to have enough stuff to
Yeah,
enough and a
yeah,
variety of stuff, not just prints.
yeah, yeah. Me too. For me, the plan next year is that I definitely want to rehaul my posters. I'm gonna be doing a whole overhaul for next year of like the presentation side of things, and I'm working on some new product. So that's the content and the look. So that's my goal.
Kevin's like, yo, I need some Howard the Duck prints.
I'm gonna show Howard being viscerated. I want to show. I want to see him being torn apart
Yeah.
by some buff net
I,
50 Cent or
I,
something
I
from behind.
also I also told Chris, all right, your idea about what we had. We're talking on the ride back, but having pamphlets showcasing all the events and stuff because that they should have that where you walk in, you is a kiosk of a brochure of here's all the panels, here's where
Right.
everything opens and
I'm
closes.
like,
Here's
yeah, why don't you
New York
have a
Comic Con.
collectible?
New York Comic Con does that. San Diego Comic Con does that. Like some decent sized conventions do that, and plus
Right.
Blerdcon is getting bigger and bigger every year, and also that venue may not be able to hold. Maybe people were talking about they may need a bigger venue at some point because it was very crowded and packed. So
Yeah, and Artist Alley is like, I mean, that's another thing too. They got people all over the place. So I know there's some artists that weren't happy. You got people up here, down there, all type of thing. Like it
I
might
heard the
need
vendor
to
hall
be.
downstairs was dead. Like not a lot of people.
Oh wow.
Not a lot of people could find it. Which
Oh my God.
so like
That's what it means,
there were
fam.
people
They
that
gotta
were
be.
complaining from downstairs were moving upstairs because they were just there was just nothing happening down there. For their
Yeah, they
art.
might gotta hit it. They might gotta hit that differently from next year, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. You know what I mean? Like, we can't is a business. Is a hit and miss. You never know. You can only I will say the takeaway from me is always any convention is always how can you be better? Is always learning something. So that's the key from here, Mikey. We can only try harder.
Mhm.
I do want to say before we get out of here, once again, shout out to everybody who came through though and supported Mikey and myself. And
Mhm.
even if it's the case where you may not be able to do it financially,
Of course.
like it means so much just for people to stop by and see how we're
Yeah.
doing, have conversations. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Share little stories with us, and it
I
is like a family reunion. So
I
thank y'all
always
for coming
say
through and supporting.
I always say as like I listen even if I make even though yeah obviously we go to cons as artists because we have to make a living, we want to make money, obviously, of course we have bills to pay like everybody else does,
Right.
but also like for me that's always like an afterthought. That's secondary for me. It's always just like just getting my name out there, just talking with folks, because it's people that look like me with my same interest. Like that's what's important to me, just connecting, networking, talking with people. I was like, as long as people just flipping through the book, I don't even care. Like just it's like, as long as you flip through the book, say nice words, it means the world to me. And the thing is, I'm still on the come up. I'm still learning. You know what I mean? So I always appreciate this the support and the kind words on my work, and it means a lot. It keeps me at least motivated. Know what I mean, for a little bit. Know what I mean, because I doubt myself and stuff sometimes. Like I'm only human, so it's but it means the world, and it means so much. But yeah,
Oh, don't do that, Mikey. Don't
I
doubt yourself,
will,
man.
I will, and Chris was saying like, and Chris and her sister and everyone was saying like yo, they definitely want to see newer stuff from both of us, and you will have newer stuff because the theme doesn't suck. It's a practical theme. I can work with that. So yeah, definitely,
I
100%.
got you,
I will.
Chris. I got you
Yeah,
coming.
we got y'all for real, and I will be. There will be some more stuff, and I'm also gonna be
Yeah.
some progress on the Phase stuff and all my other projects that I'm working on too. So there will be more stuff for sure. Um,
Okay.
and Rebecca came through. Shout out to Rebecca. We were just talking about you.
Shut up,
She was
Rebecca.
she was saying that downstairs in her experience when she was walking around after talking with us was dead. So she,
Yeah, damn.
they gotta figure out a way to divert traffic. Again, a brochure, a flyer. Chris was saying an app would be great. Even the website
Okay.
isn't even that updated. Like the website doesn't have a lot of information on there up there either, which is a problem. So
Mm.
it is a lot of
Hmm.
problems. It's just
But we know what you could be. You know what I mean? It's like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. So
yeah.
um, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been great. I definitely whet my appetite for this. We hope to be getting back on some kind of schedule at some point. I don't want to make any promises right now, but in the meantime, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check us out on the IG page at the Zion Network. And you can find a bunch of the old episodes of the variety show on there. Unfortunately, we haven't updated that in a while too, but hopefully we'll be making some time to get all those things going. Check out all our other IG pages, the Zion Cosplay 246, Zion Network 246. That's the Barbados pages over there. Yeah, shout out to everybody on the Zion Shadow Cabinet who helps run things behind the scenes. Like even though you may not see everything coming out when we would want, there's some stuff that is in the works, and we'll be talking more of that because the next big thing that we're involved in is Anime Con, so which is in the convention in Barbados. So look out for that soon. Shout out to the cosplay Xion Inner Circle, Katura, Erica, Javon, Kavita. Oh, the Shadow Cabinet, Mikey Moles, Glenn, Kioma, Jason, Rune, and Seth. Um, Thanks for y'all for hanging up with us for a little bit. I think the one good thing is that this is now is out there. You can watch it anytime you want. Watch it in pieces. Hopefully you got something from this. If you are planning on doing Blerdcon as a vendor next year, let us know. With some tips
Yeah.
that you wanna talk about. If you plan on just attending Blerdcon for the first time or whatever, hopefully we didn't dissuade you.
Yeah, no, not at
Hopefully, yeah,
all.
and this is yeah, like I said, we do this for a living. We care is we're not paid by anybody, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. We are going to
Yeah,
talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and if something is dope, we're gonna say it's dope. If it could be better, it could be better. But that's how we grow. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's how we get better as people. So yeah, I'm gonna let you sign off real quick, Mikey.
All right, people. Yeah, but yeah. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. Just real quick, just because obviously the change of format here. So just real quick. So we're streaming on YouTube and on IG. So if you could, when you get the chance, follow the Zion Network IG if you're on IG. And then go to the link tree, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to there because Sean wants to start to transition to doing YouTube more. But again, we can multi-stream back and forth as we're doing right now. It is an option, so just be aware of that. But yeah, people, my name is Mikey Makes Comics. Doing artist, graphic designer, podcaster. Making my way through the game as learning always. But yeah, if you follow me on IG at Mikey Makes Comics. If you go to my link tree as well, you see my portfolios, my work. Also follow me on Kara. People who know Kara, which is the artist centric app that's been making waves recently. I'm trying to build my following on there as well. On Kara. Also, to go on to my podcast, the Indie Corner Presents, where we talk all things independent comics. Shout out to Rebecca if she's still here, who is my lovely co-host. We're recently coming back because we took a break because I was doing Blerdcon, but we're recently coming back. We just did a review for season 4 of The Boys, which was great. And soon we're going to be, doing a podcast covering all things San Diego Comic-Con because that is happening as we speak. And
Oh,
just realized, the Marvel Hall H stuff is happening, so they're going to be
oh
announcing
shoot!
shit. So
All right.
there's that. We're going to be eventually after that we're going to be doing our review for spoiler review for Deadpool and Wolverine because I got to watch that ASAP. So just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, people just follow me, give me a follow, give me a like, check out all my new posts. I've been posting a lot of stuff, Blurcon catch up and all my artwork, and also prints for my new stuff is coming. Imprints being a bitch, so I gotta figure that shit out. But yeah, you'll just be on the lookout. I am, and also we'll be making some new work, and I'll be trying to be more consistent. So just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, people appreciate the support as always, and also if you again what Sean said, if you want to go as a Blerdcon as a vendor, by all means, please do so. We don't want to discourage you. We don't want to rely on the experience. Know what I mean? So please, if you want to the opportunity to apply to Blerdcon as a vendor, please. If you want to go as an attendee, go as an attendee because again, it's a dope time, and it's one of the best conventions I think, in my opinion, even though with the hiccups. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I am Sean Aline, founder of Zion. Please, you can follow me on IG at Pyroglyphics1, Pyroglyphics1. I also have Pyrodrastic Flow. That's the other page where I post some of the other things that I do, and then there's the erotic page, Erotiglyphics. So yeah, follow me for more. Appreciate y'all. Be safe out here, and see you whenever. I'm
All
gonna let
right.
Mikey take us out of here since you running the stream
Yeah,
yard.
I'm running
You got
shit.
that?
Yeah, so I will click the entry button. But thanks again, people. We appreciate it. We love y'all, and more updates and everything soon. All right, peace.
Peace.